We just watched Deadwood, episode 10, Mr. Wu.
Mr. Wu.
The 10th episode of the first season.
Mr. Wu-Tang Clan.
Mr. Wu-Tang Clan, Steely Dan's Dr. Wu. Mr. Wu, this is the episode where some dope fiends, Leon and the other guy, have stolen dope from Mr. Wu, who is Al Swedgen's dope supplier.
Yep.
So now Al has to broker between the issue of he needs to appease Wu, so he has to kill. Wu wants him to kill both of the thieves. Everyone else wants him to kill none because the thieves are white and Mr. Wu is Chinese.
Yes, he also seems a bit of sympathiser.
Yes, he'll be seen as a sympathiser and killed himself as well as Wu. So he has to navigate that problem. The reverend is going increasingly insane.
He's got, as the doc says, it turns out he's got a tumour.
He has a tumour, and he is gone to the point where he can't remember things. He's seeing Bollock and Star as the devil.
Yeah.
And he basically has become a complete mess who hangs around the gem even though he's a reverend, and everyone laughs at him, and it's incredibly sad.
Yeah.
Those are the main two plot lines.
Yeah.
It's a very strange episode because it's like near the end of season 1 and it doesn't really advance the main plot at all.
As I was thinking about it, it's almost like
Standalone.
Yeah.
The only thing that gets advanced is we get the character of Mr. Wu is expanded a bit, and it's the first appearance of Silas Adams, who becomes a bigger part of the show going forwards. What did you think of Mr. Wu?
Well,
Yeah.
this felt to me like the first standard episode of Deadwood.
Yes.
Like if I was to point out an example of what the show is like,
Yeah.
I'd point towards this one.
Yeah.
It was very good.
It is very good.
I don't think it was quite as strong as some of the last ones.
No, this is sort of this is a very slight episode.
Yeah.
In the terms, it's
still amazing.
still amazing. It's probably the second or possibly the worst episode of season 1. The next two episodes are amazing, and it does. I think it's better to watch this episode as we're doing now, week on week, rather than, because if you were watching this in the middle of the last two episodes have been amazing. There was a Kristen Bell one, and then there was no other Sons and Daughters, which was probably the season highlight so far. It was the one where they formed the ad hoc government. These big plot movements going through, characters developed. To come to this one dead in the middle of that, because it's so standalone, it's very slight compared to the rest of them.
I mean, like it's still great.
Still great.
It's still a great episode. It just if I was to point someone towards like a standard episode of Deadwood, I'd pick this one as an example.
Yeah.
Because you get Al doing his thing.
Yep.
And exacting his form of justice. Yeah. I don't quite know how to put it into words really.
It's got Al being Al, basically.
Yeah.
So the character of Al has been established as sort of a schemer. You do get a new side of Al. You get to see him being more gentle towards the Reverend.
Yeah.
He seems to. Do you believe that he's actually kicking the Reverend out just to make more money, or do you think he actually cares? I think it's ambiguous, but I think it's because of his brother who had the same thing. I think we're meant to feel that Al just doesn't like him being laughed at.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, at the same time, it makes him less money.
That's true. It is making him. Well, it's not making him lose money really, because but the people were laughing at him, and it brought people in because they were laughing at the Reverend.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
A preacher puts people off drink.
Yes.
Because it's puts them off drink than prostitutes because it's a sinful thing to do.
Yeah.
Having a preacher there is just like, oh shit, I shouldn't be doing this. I should probably go home.
Yeah.
And pray more.
Yeah.
So no, it'd make less money.
But I think the idea of the preacher being sort of a figure of laughter, like everyone just sits and laughs at him, would make more people come almost like a freak. Because he's there like, banging away like that, and it's sort of, it's hard to watch in a way because it's so...
No, listen, I don't think there was any scenes where I saw people laughing at him. He was kind of just in the corner.
There were the bit where the doctor was examining the women, and she was going like that. Was meant to imply that they were all laughing at... That's why she went like that, because his eyes all droop in it. So she was like, I'm laughing at him. And they were laughing around him, but it's... so he's becoming like a figure of ridicule. I think the best scene, speaking of the Reverend, in the whole episode, is the lovely scene at the end where he goes to see Bullock and Star.
That was heartwarming.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a nice little scene.
Yes, it reminded me of a quote I read about Deadwood. It was someone who was saying that Deadwood was the best show he'd seen. And he was saying that you come to Deadwood for all this brutality and all the planning and everything, but the bits that stick with you are sort of the more heartwarming bits.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like a good example is the bit where Al at the end of the 8th episode sort of accepts Trixie in his bed next to him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when the characters are more warm and open towards each other. And that's a good example for it. It's heartwarming, yeah.
Yeah.
You finally get to see Bullock be smothered the prick.
And angry.
Yeah. Because, sorry.
Yeah. I also like the whole thing that, you know, but because of the hint to get the expanding town.
Yeah.
And in this episode, we illustrate it by how crowded the diner's getting.
Yeah.
And like they can't move because it's so crowded.
Yeah.
And there's a line from like, you know, the fat guy.
Oh, Merrick.
Yeah. Like his ass gets into someone's face, and we're like, we should form a club.
Yeah.
Just for walking around, and we're all like, no, that sounds shit.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Yeah. That I think that scene, and also the scene with the Reverend, are meant to be references to before, when Bullock was so sharp with the Reverend, who was trying to, you know, obviously now in retrospect, coming to him in his time of need, because he was saying like they're his best friends, and he was really short with him and didn't want to walk with the Reverend at all. And you see at the end of this, he's more warm and accepting of what's happened, because after he beat the Indian to death, he seemed to become more like a different person.
Yeah.
So I think we're supposed to gauge that into Bullock. Some slight more. Bullock seems to finally realise that in this episode, the sham life that he's living.
Oh yeah.
He admits to only having his brother's wife and child, so he didn't have to live his own life.
Yeah.
So we got a bit more character development of Bullock.
And more suggestion that he's gay.
Yeah.
We're like where Sol starts like, she sure is beautiful, and he's just like, he just doesn't care.
Yeah. Are you thinking that's a definite thing that they're going for?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit unintentional, I think.
Well, I think what they're aiming for is the idea that he is someone who is so bound by honour that he has to do these things. So he has to be with his brother's wife because he can't see his brother's wife going
It'll be alright if you like established any of that.
Yeah.
But only they don't.
I think there's some establishment of that because he's like, he doesn't want to be sheriff and he's fighting against being sheriff, and he has to bring people to justice. Like he had to bring, what's his face, the trial, Jack McCall to justice.
Yeah.
And he seems to be sort of so angry at any kind of injustice in the world and stuff.
I guess, but he's angry all the time.
Yeah, because he's always feeling the injustice of the world.
But that doesn't really get the point across terribly clear.
No.
It'd be okay, like, if he got pissed off with it's all like injustice stuff, but he just seems pissed off all the time until the end of this episode.
Yeah.
And he seems pissed off all the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to get into his character.
Yes.
Like, but that'd be okay. I just don't think at this point the actor knew quite how to play him.
No. Now, he does have some really good moments in the next two episodes, especially the last one. I think he has the best moment of the season in the finale.
Oh, yeah.
But, yes, not yet. He does. I admit that the problem of the season 1 of Deadwood, the big problem is that they don't really know what to do with Bullock.
Yeah, Bullock.
Yes, but, yeah, that is a bit of an issue at the moment. This also had a scene that when I was a kid really freaked me out. It's the one where he drowns the... so basically they come to the agreement with the opium that he'll kill one of the opium thieves to appease Wu, but not both, so he doesn't just get slaughtered.
Also, you didn't mention also one of the opium thieves actually works for Sai.
Oh yeah, Leon works for Sai.
Sai.
Yeah, and Sai won't let him kill Leon, so he kills his own man, and he does it by grabbing his legs and putting his foot on his neck
and drowning him
in the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Which, when I was a kid, really freaked me out for some reason.
It's pretty weird.
It is pretty weird. It's well directed as well, because he comes in, you get like where they both are, and a lot of it begins with shots that are sort of Al and the people around him, then cutting back and forth between Al and the guy, and then he kills him.
Oh jeez.
Yes, very very good scene. But yeah, this episode is just weird. It's really weird, like the way where it is in the season.
Yeah.
It feels more like a sort of beginning episode. It feels like the kind of one they do to establish.
Like to open up the season.
Not to open it up, but like I don't know, like episode 5 or 6. Because the show so far has been so serialised.
Yeah.
And it's been so delicately paced. It's just a bit weird. I understand why it's here, because it has to get everything to the place of the finale with the Reverend, and they couldn't have done that earlier. And I don't know what they must have wanted to tell this opium story.
They could, clearly, yeah.
Yeah, but it's really weird because, like, not really a spoiler, but the opium stuff I don't think really comes into play again. the stuff Silas Adams does, but yeah, weird. As I said, so there were amazing lines in it, and it was really funny. The bits at the opening with when the newly Mayor EB walks around and does his thing. They're all great.
Yeah.
But yeah, bit of an average episode of Deadwood, but by any other standards,
still a cut above most.
But still a great episode of television.
Yeah.
I think 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll go for an 8.
8 out of 10. A slight lull since we've given the last 2 episodes 10s.
Yeah.
And I think it's been 10s since the trial of Jack McCall.
Yeah.
With one exception, which was that one where Bullock returned to camp.
Oh, yeah, which was just called Bullock Returns to Camp.
Yes, which was like a 9. But yeah, pretty good. Bit of a lull before we step into the amazing finale of season 1. But yeah, great episode.